is this Josh?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Josh. This is Nick from Nitesoil. Frank was supposed to talk to you, but he's busy or something, I guess.
Oh, not a problem at all. Well, thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
Absolutely.
Well, it's awesome to be able to talk to you and talk about this awesome new EP, which is going to be coming out in a couple weeks now from Nitesoil with Abusement Park. I've gotten the chance to be able to check out this EP for quite a bit now, and I just really love what you guys did here. I mean, from being able to get all these guest vocalists to just seeing what you two sound together when you're making music, just all of this together just seems like an amazing EP and a great start to a great project.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. So, with that in mind, how did this all start?
It was real funny. Me and Frank are good friends, and running around New York City together, going to shows and everything, of all sorts. I was definitely like, why is there not more like slam death metal bands in New York City proper? There's definitely some around there, but I don't know. We both liked a lot of those types of bands, and we were like, how about we just start a band doing that and just put it on Bandcamp, and maybe we'll play, maybe we won't, who cares, let's just do it. So I was just like, let me start writing riffs, and I just had a silly little band name, just a parody name essentially. I just called it Slammy Sosa in the files as a joke, and that's what I was sending him. And then he had a electronic drum kit, and he was just like messing around on that. I'm like, screw it, let's just do that, and let's find one of our friends in a band to sing. And funny enough, it was just that got delayed until we're like, oh, let's ask so-and-so, and they're going to do a song. And, I think it would have been kind of punishing for anybody at that point to want to sing on a full EP for a band called Slammy Sosa, which is silly as hell. And so, we're like, okay, well, let's just have some, one song, and let's find someone else to do another song. And, it's kind of a low budget probot, a death metal probot, essentially, what it turned out to be. And we came up with a more serious, silly name. And, it just kind of went from there. I never planned on any of these songs being like having any sort of press or anything behind them, or anything serious, but as soon as we started getting friends that were actually legitimate singers to sing on, it's like, well, instead of just putting it out for free, let's try to raise some money if anyone's interested, and donate to a cause. So and obviously we picked a cause that everyone has something tied to that. Everyone has somebody in their family or friends that's been affected by cancer, so that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, and I love the fact that the proceeds are going to that as well too. I mean, being able to see 6 amazing vocalists being able to work with you guys a track each, and then being able to help with cancer like that. I mean, it's a really great thing to be able to see that you want to be able to promote something like that in a world that we're currently in with 2020.
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, I think people need to see people helping people. Everyone's so divided right now, whether it comes to politics or just, beliefs in, what's right or wrong with COVID and et cetera, that, and it's just really important, I think, for people to understand we're all in this damn thing together, regardless of what's going on. Like, people need to help people right now, especially. Like, this is the time, everyone's unemployed. A lot of people have lost just hope in general. I couldn't imagine dealing with, a terminal illness or anything, right now. It's hard enough just, people not having jobs, just simple as that. That affects your whole life if you have a family, so yeah, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and, again, it's so great that you have that mindset going on, too, because there needs to be some kind of positivity that's going on in the world right now, some way to bring people together, and when you are focusing on trying to battle something like cancer, I mean, just like you said, either we know someone's been through it, or you've been through it yourself with cancer, it's something that everyone has dealt with, either from the outside or from the inside, so, being able to bring people together just like that, and realizing how how important it is to try to battle cancer any way that you can, and just being able to help donate like that can go so very far.
Absolutely, and we hope so. So it's bringing more attention to that, and hopefully, I think maybe if people like the band, maybe we can do some runs of merch or something, which would up the amount of money we can donate. Obviously, So I don't know. We're thinking about different things, and maybe we'll be able to do some online performances before people get back out there and start doing live stuff. Who knows?
Oh, that would be really cool to see. I mean, so many bands and projects have been doing that this year. I mean, obviously because of the lack of touring. I mean, and some people just wanting to be able to show that they're still around and still being active. But especially when you get together for something like this, and for a great cause, and just being able to just like show that these songs can be performed live in some kind of capacity. I mean, if that ever comes to fruition, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and absolutely, and just figuring out who's gonna sing what, or who we can get. I think maybe that will come up to down to a point where several of the bands are at the same, place at the same time, or whether it be a festival or something. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see, man. Down for it.
Oh, totally. So, that in mind, I mean, obviously with the new idea that came with this, I mean, being able to find a different singer for every song, I mean, was it a challenge trying to find the right vocalist for it, or did it come naturally, being able to find the right people?
Well, I mean, they're all people we know. So it was literally just asking friends if they wanted to sing over the stuff, It's like people like Jessica, like Frank's known for super long because they're both from New York, and I've known her for close to 10 years now, probably, because we both used to work together also, When it comes to like Dave and Trevor, like we all go to the bar together in Brooklyn when I lived there, and hang out. We're all friends. So fortunately, our friend comes even like even the other guys, we're all friends from Brooklyn, So Aaron and Doug were no-brainers also. And Ghost, he's actually, I mean, he knows Frank really well, but when I grew up in Texas, like our bands used to play together, when he played like metal stuff. So I was familiar with him for a long time. So no, it wasn't really that hard. It was just like, let's just ask and see what happens,
Oh, and I'm so glad to see that too. I mean, I know sometimes it comes down to like time or other things that are going on there, but I'm glad to see that the friends that you did have in mind, and quite a great array of different vocalists as well too. I mean, from Ghost to Trevor to Dave. I mean, there's so many great voices that are a part of this, and it's just they fit so well together in this EP too. I mean, it's great to see that all these different voices can still make a very cohesive sound all together throughout the EP.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that. And we kind of gave them free reins to write about whatever they wanted. The dumber, the better is basically what we told them. Like, just make it silly if you want. I mean, with this, the initial thing was just make it extreme, and, in a lot of the slammier types of death metal and stuff, their topics can, I don't know, it depends on who you're listening to. They get pretty out there. So, but we just want it to be fun, just like do whatever. And they're the heroes in this, in this project, because they put aside the time, I'm sure, us punishing them to, take out time to come sing, a song in our silly little project, that's really kind of them to do. So. Oh,
totally. So, with that in mind, I mean, with the title of the EP being Abusement Park, I mean, was that Trevor's idea to call that, call the EP that, or did you guys decide that after the fact?
Yeah, he wrote the song, so we were like, okay, that makes sense just to do that, and, I believe his song's about going to a water park wearing cut-off jean shorts and getting all tore up, so, and as far as the cover goes, a good friend of mine, Summer Lacey, who I had worked with back at Earache Records back in the day. She's like an amazing graphic artist and graphic designer, and she helped put it together. I kind of wanted it to look like a mixture between grindcore and like Kiss's Psycho Circus, So I think she did really well with that, and I lost track of where I was going extra with that, but
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, the more that I look at the cover, I mean, I love what's going on with it. I mean, there's so much to look at here, and I think it's such a great array of colors. I mean, obviously with the vividness of like the green and yellow, but then you also have the black and white, so you can focus on different things that's going on within the album cover, and just like either get a great smile on your face or seeing how something looks dilapidated or whatever the case is. It's so cool to look at.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, want it to be ridiculous, but something cool at least.
Oh, totally. And, I mean, with you and Frank being able to come up with the music and getting all these great vocalists, it was great to see that Will Putney was able to put his touch on the mixing and mastering with this and just making it sound the best it possibly can be.
Yeah, I don't know what lies Frank told him to get him on board to do this, to be honest with you, because to find the time to do this is not, I'm just kidding, but it's really cool that he knows him through working with him in the past, I guess, and his band, and doing a lot of projects with him through Metal Injection, and so they've been friends. And when he told me he was going to be able to come on and mix it and ultimately put himself up to polish the turd, so to speak, I was pretty excited. I was like, wow, okay, I'm surprised. But it's great. He did a great job.
Oh, definitely. Did you have to give him any notes of anything you were looking for in particular, or did you just let him have free reign of the mixing and mastering?
I might have Frank sent me some stuff, and he asked me to send notes. I might have sent something, but I mean, it came pretty, he knew what the hell he was doing. We didn't really have to give him too much advice at all. He knows what's up.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's so great to be able to see a touch like that too, and just being able to hear what you guys can do together, and making sure those gutturals really sound clean, and just that mixture combined. I mean, like I said, it makes for a killer EP, and that's why I think every song stands out, because especially with every vocalist a part of it, I mean, you can distinctly tell that there is a different vocalist on every song, and you're able to hear their range going on within it too.
Awesome. That's cool. Yeah, that's great. And I appreciate that. That just kind of happened by luck of the draw. So I don't think anyone else heard anyone else's stuff, and it was just kind of, I guess the music pushed everyone towards the same type of feeling, so next time I definitely want to push everything we've done a little further, and hopefully we have an audience willing to check it out.
So with that in mind, I mean, do you have any ideas of where you want to go with the next release?
Oh yeah. There's probably about 10 songs worth of riffs that I've put away, and as soon as Frank's been super busy, and he's gone through a whole lot of stuff this year. His father passed away from cancer, and he's busy working in general, and plus it was just this year for everybody, so as soon as we have time, and he's stoked about sitting down on the kit and doing it, we'll be good to go. Got plenty of material, and it's definitely I don't know, after hearing back the stuff we did with this, a lot of these songs were just kind of boom, popped out, speaking on my end. So I was like, okay, let me get down and throw down some more, I don't know, I listen to so much different music and so much different extreme music. There'll be a lot more influences. Some things will be maybe a little more technical, definitely a little crazier. So looking forward to that. So yeah, already have a bunch of material ready, and as soon as Frank's ready to get together on it, we'll be sending files around. Got a Dropbox full of stuff.
Oh, that's so great to hear that, too. I mean, if this is what you guys already have for just the debut EP with Abusement Park, I mean, I can just only tell with the musical chemistry that'll continue going forward that everything's just going to keep getting better and better.
I hope so. I think so. Yeah, it's exciting, and it's fun, Our main thing for us to be involved with something like this, obviously, is to help people on the other end of things, but for us, it's fun, This is what we do. That's all we've done is done stuff involved in music as adults. So, to fulfill this part of us, I guess neither of us have had any, at least in the last 10 years. Yeah. Neither of us have been in like a straight death metal band or whatever. So we're like, yeah, we got to do this. Come on, let's get it together, So yeah, that's exciting in its own. You know what I mean? A little check mark there.
Oh, totally. I mean, when you're able to expand your repertoire of what you can show in the recorded form and you're able to have fun with it and, even going one step beyond that and being able to help with such a great cause on top of that. I mean, everything seems to be going in the right direction for this. I mean, on so many different levels. And it's awesome to see that both you guys were able to make the time to make something like this happen. Again, like in 2020 with the way the world is right now and just seeing this kind of positivity that's coming through, be it silly, but it's such a great way to be able to bring together metal fans together and just being able to appreciate a great EP full of some fun music and, of course, the money going to a great cause.
Awesome. Yeah. When it comes down to it, day to day, it's up to you. It's up to the person. It's up to the individual to, I know there's a lot of things that you can't control, but there's a lot of things you can. And to make today and tomorrow better, and hopefully make it better for yourself, your family, your neighbors, your communities, depending on what we're talking about, and it's all you can really do. So if us calling each other and doing that might, one of us might be having a bad day, that might even take care of that. Just doing things positive in general in life.
Oh yeah, it's an important way to live life too, and just seeing what you guys are doing here. I mean, obviously with Frank having a rough year, and everyone in general having a rough year. I mean, just being able to, again, just making that positivity, and just like having a conversation here, being able to bring up cancer awareness, to be able to just show off 6 different great vocalists that some people may not have heard. Like some people might be huge Revocation or Black Dahlia Murder fans, but they go and check out these other great vocalists that are a part of this EP, and just being able to spread the word, be it musically, be it for a great cause, or just music in general. I mean, when you're having fun with that, when you're able to support other people like that, and just getting through a rough year like this, having that positivity and still having that great mindset at the end of the day, even with as much work as it takes to have a project rolling, when you're able to look back on it, you're able to do press and you're still happy about the final product. That's got to be such a great feeling.
It is, and because it was started, been a minute since we, threw things down, and from when we were done with tracking, it took a while to get it mixed, because of, I think, Will had been locked out of his studio for a minute during COVID. And he probably had a lot bigger projects to work on too, at the time that were already getting pushed back. So there's a little bit of delay there, but it's really exciting to have that gap and then come back to it because we have other things going on. I got other projects, and it's like, boom, now here's the mix. All right, here's the artwork, and let's go with this. And it's like, things sound fresh again. You hear them and you're like, whoa, I don't remember even doing that, or whatever. So. It's like listening to someone else's band, kind of.
Oh, that's so cool. So, in speaking of that, you kind of lightly touched on it with the other projects that you got going on. What should we look forward to with you coming up in the future?
Well, I have a band called Contracult Collective, which is more of a metallic industrial band. We've done various things online. We're going to do a Cold Waves online festival with a bunch of great artists on there. Ghost is actually on that. They just announced Aftershock for next year. We're playing on the Friday with Metallica and Rancid headlining. Like, pretty crazy. So working on that, I have a solo black metal project called Balaam, which I put EP out last year, and I have 12 songs written that I just need to finish vocals on, so I'll put that out. And a couple other projects where there's just a bunch of stuff sitting around I just need to finish and put out, and as soon as we can get on with some live music and everybody keeps wearing their masks and we can start moving on, then hopefully we'll have shitloads of shows booked,
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I woke up and saw that flyer today, and I saw that a Contracult Collective was going to be a part of that, and I just thought that was so cool because I thought I might have been able to talk to you today. I didn't know what exactly was going to be going on with this interview, but had I been able to talk to you, I just thought that was such a cool thing to be able to see that you're going to be part of such an amazing day for Aftershock. That is so cool.
Yeah, pretty excited about it, man. Really excited about it, We actually had like 3 or 4 fests booked for this year, and, COVID just wiped those out. So coming back around to it again, and just getting re-excited. Everything's been pushed around and moved around, so even in that project, we spread out our releases. So we have a couple songs coming out on the 30th, that we did with Arthur Risk, who just did Ghost Main. He's done Power Trip, done Cavalier Conspiracy. He's done tons of stuff. And he's a good friend of ours, and we're really excited about that release. So in terms with Nitesoil and Contra Cult and all these other projects, one thing that's cool is that during this time is like, okay, just take everything and just slowly put it out, because we got a whole lot of time, and just let people digest the music. I think that's one thing with Nitesoil is like people will be able to digest the music, and hopefully by the time we get the next stuff out, they'll be wanting to hear more, and we'll be able to come dig in and hopefully get a whole nother slew of different vocalists wanting to be involved and make it even crazier.
Oh, totally. And going back to what I was talking about before, too, I mean, with the fact that you were still able to show all these different sides of what you can play, what you can sing, the different styles of music that you like to play, trying new stuff out. I mean, when you have all these different projects going together and, hopefully if the world gets back to some kind of normalcy, getting back to being able to play lots of shows and festivals and being able to get back into the recording patterns and stuff like that. It's just like, it's great to be able to see that you're able to do all that. And just like you said, being able to slowly put stuff out, because, if you have all this material, you can either just sit and wait for it and wait for everything to get over, or just release stuff out so people always remember that the bands and the projects and the artists that they care about is still making music.
Right. And this is a time where I think that everybody's going to look back on it and be like, what a time, and music's really crucial for me during these times. Like I hadn't owned a car for 10 years because I lived in New York City, and, I left there and I recently got a car, and just being able to plug in and listen to a record and drive around or something is like a big deal and a great escape for me in general, So I think a lot of people will probably share that same type of experience. Like right now is the time. I mean, you can't go and do anything, so you might as well just, load up on stuff you love. And I'm appreciative that more bands are putting out stuff, because I know at the beginning people were like, oh no, don't release music during COVID or whatever during this time. Like, I don't know. I just heard people in the industry talking this and that, and I don't know. I think it's the perfect time. I think everyone's around wanting something better and wanting things to be not just normal, but better than before. So, if you can get a little good feeling today, good feeling tomorrow, help carry you on to the next week and the next month and get us through this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and music is such a great way to be able to do that as well, too, because with so many people having to sit at home for various reasons, either they're working from home now, or they're sadly unemployed, or whatever the case is, they are able to have the time to be able to hopefully do things that they're able to love to do inside the home. And, of course, music being a great way to be able to do that, being able to kick back, put on bands or songs or albums that they never really had the chance to be able to check out before, and they're able to appreciate music just a little bit more. And of course that's going to vary for every person, and some people want to be able to focus like on movies or TVs or gaming or whatever the case is. But when it comes to music, and there's such a great array, especially in metal, and it's been such a great year for 2020 metal releases. I mean, it's great to be able to see another EP that's going to be coming out November 6th through you guys, and just being able to just keep showing that the metal is still going strong, even if it just has to be in the recording sense in 2020. And just like you said, hopefully getting things back to some kind of normalcy, if not even better than it was before. And it'll make those live shows, it'll make those festivals, it'll make touring that much more special when we're able to get back to that, and just be able to realize that it could be taken away from us, so we better enjoy it while we can.
Absolutely. It was a big reality check, and I think that once people understand that, and I think that touring is going to be different, merchandise is going to be different, the way people put out releases is going to be a little different, because we might not be able to do things at full capacity anyway for a while, so maybe bands staying out on the road forever might not be the answer. Maybe putting out more music is the answer, and be more selective where you play. We'll see how that goes. Or it could just become super oversaturated with every band wanting to go out there. It might be hard as hell to tour, So, but either way, getting to that, I think people being able to digest everything right now in terms of arts and entertainment and music, and looking forward to seeing these projects with less, maybe less distractions than before. Say you're not working as much or at all during this, and you got your music to listen to every day. You're not sitting in the office, or you're not outside doing work or whatever, So I don't know. We'll see. It's an interesting time.
Oh, absolutely. And, I think with that, I think that's a great note to end on. And, keeping up with that positivity and looking forward to things that you can do right now, like being able to check out new music, being able to digest it, and coming up in a couple weeks, being able to digest Abusement Park from Nitesoil, coming out November 6th through Bandcamp, and, of course, buying a copy of the EP, going to an amazing cause to be able to help fight cancer. And I thank you very much again for taking the time to be able to talk to me about this, about the other stuff that you got going on. It was great to be able to talk some music, talk about life in general, and yeah, I just thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Everybody check out the record if you can. Donate to a good cause.